Today we will be completing the nationwide Manhunt 2019 case review. This will be slightly more detailed from beginning to end. The time frame of when this case took place was July 12th to August 7th, 2019 in Canada. China Deese was from Charlotte, North Carolina in the US. She was 24 and was the youngest in her family. She was described as being a very positive person and a free spirit. Lucas Fowler was from Australia. He was 23 years old. China and Lucas met in Croatia. China was working in a hostel there at the time. Both enjoyed traveling, and both of their families believed the two would marry and have children together. Lucas and China were visiting Canada in July 2019. Lucas bought a blue van for a road trip with China. They were driving to Alaska from Hudson Hope, BC. Their road trip would take 3 weeks. The pair were last seen on video at a gas station. This is a screenshot from that video. Here's another photo of the couple. July 14th, on their way to Alaska, Lucas's van broke down on the Alaska Highway in northern BC. Several people stopped to see if the couple needed assistance. They declined all offers. The people who stopped later said the couple seemed in good spirits and happy to wait for their van to be fixed. Before China and Lucas could have their van towed or fixed, they were shot to death on the side of the highway. On July 15th, their bodies were located 20 kilometers south of Liard River Hot Springs by a highway maintenance worker. Here is a snippet from Google Maps so you can see the location of the hot springs. Lucas's dad is an Australian police officer who flew to Canada to help the Canadian police with the case when he was notified of what happened to his son and his son's girlfriend. Leonard Dick was a 64-year-old University of BC botany lecturer from Vancouver, BC. He studied ecology of seaweed, was a botanist, and had his PhD. He often took the students on field trips. He enjoyed camping, was married, and had 2 children. Here's a photo of Leonard. Another professor of botany at UBC said, quote, "When you first met Lynn, he had a somewhat gruff exterior, but students soon realized he was a knowledgeable, trusted teacher and scholar who loved sharing his enthusiasm and curiosity and showing them how to uncover hidden gems in the natural world." End quote. Here's another photo of Leonard. July 16th, Leonard left for a road trip to watch grizzly bears. He planned to return to his wife and kids on July 24th. July 18th, the RCMP announced publicly that China and Lucas were murdered. On July 19th, another body was located near a truck close to Dease Lake, BC. The victim was shot and the truck was set on fire. This was 470 kilometers from where China and Lucas were located. A sketch of the man found was released to the public for identification. Leonard's wife reached out to the police, advising this looked like her husband. Here's a snippet from Google Maps so you can see the location of Dease Lake in BC. July 23rd, Briar Shimelski and Cam McLeod were publicly announced as suspects, and so a manhunt for 18-year-old Shimelski and 19-year-old McLeod was issued for all of Canada. July 24th, Leonard Dick was identified as being the 3rd victim. Warrants were issued for the arrest of McLeod and Shimelski. 160 police officers were working on the search, and more than 1,500 tips were submitted to police. The 2 suspects were from Port Alberni, BC. They were friends with each other since elementary school and worked at Walmart together before leaving their hometown on July 12th to travel to the Yukon to look for work. McLeod used his license to buy a firearm that day in Nanaimo, BC. McLeod's girlfriend said McLeod told her he wasn't coming home, and the last time she spoke to him was July 14th. Chmielewski was single and was said to have been upset that McLeod's sister wasn't interested in dating him. The two men were described as, quote, introverted loners and gamers, end quote. The father of Chmielewski said his son had emotional trouble surrounding his parents breaking up when he was young, and threw himself into video games and YouTube videos afterward. McLeod's father said his son was a kind, caring person who always cared about other people's feelings. July 25th, there were confirmed sightings of the two suspects in Gillam, Manitoba. The high alert areas at the time were Gillam and Fox Lake. August 2nd, the RCMP announced they found a rowboat that may have been used by the two suspects on the Nelson River in Manitoba. August 7th, the suspects were found dead. It is believed by the RCMP that McLeod shot Chmielewski and then shot himself. Multiple videos were located by the police of the two. These videos were said to be of the two admitting to the murders and showed that they were not remorseful. The videos also showed that they planned to commit suicide and wished to be cremated. In the end, we'll never know the reason for these murders. We can all agree these were senseless acts, lives taken too soon, and this has created massive grief for at least 5 families. We have a whole nation that will remember this forever, and who are sending love to those families.